can we give it up to the real hero tonight, Manny's mom? Really? I know, I question every day how she pushed that head out. I'm really like, ma'am, you must have gotten a lot of stitches. Manny, your mom is awesome. We were in the back talking, because I just had a kid 7 months ago, and she was talking to me how it was much easier to raise her as a kid, because I don't have the same issues that, I have different issues that she did. This is what your mom said. She's so lovely. She goes, yeah, you have to worry about things like the internet and DNA testing. And I was like, excuse me, Manny's mom? She's like, you know, like if he commits a crime, it's much easier to find him now. And I was like, what kind of Peruvian serial killer are you? That you were like, oh, DNA now? The Peruvian serial killer is going to sleep. That's what's happening. Oh my God, man. I don't want to bash on you, but you're the most interesting dude on my Facebook page. You're the whitest Peruvian in the world. Like, you have been adopted by white culture, and it's good. You're hanging out with the people that are going to make you famous. That's just good. I don't mean to brag, to rag on you, but every time I go on your Facebook, you are doing the whitest shit I've ever heard of. Like, you're like helping out my girlfriend make a vintage zombie calendar. What? What is that? Like, yeah, making documentaries about cheese. You're a fucking white, my man. You did a music festival where you actually hired indie bands that you like. What kind of self-respecting man knows any indie band? We don't, see, this is the thing, here's the thing I'm going to tell you. Spanish people, we don't follow anybody from the bottom, alright? We're like, oh, $80 for the Daddy Yankee tickets? I'm there, I'm there. Like, you never heard somebody go, yeah, I remember Daddy Yankee was playing in a coffee shop. You never hear a Spanish guy say that. I love you, dude. You're a really good guy. I don't want to offend you, but, you're kind of a hipster. You kind of are. You are a hipster. You kind of. I feel like even your braces, you have them ironically. I feel like you don't even need them. I feel like, why are you wearing braces? It's to represent the United States judicial system. And since we're all framed behind teeth and our words cannot be heard, Trayvon Martin. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is wrong with you? And that's how you follow Jay Miller, motherfucker. Jay Miller, son. That was all I had written about you on my ride home. I mean, right here. These are my jokes, guys. No, yeah, I really had a son. My son just turned 7 months old, which is great. I'm very happy to get father. Now that we have a baby, my wife said, look, now that we have a kid, I don't want you drinking alcohol in the house anymore. And I was like, why? And she's like, well, do you want your son to see you getting drunk? And I was like, fine, I'll just come home drunk. That way he won't see it like a good father. But automatically she got mad at me. She's like, really? You're gonna come home drunk like your father? You're gonna come home drunk like your father? And I was like, hey, my father never came home. Have some respect. My dad drank and stayed up all month like a warrior. I wish that I could say that my mother was the more loving of the two parents, but she wasn't. Every time I did something wrong, my mom would look at me right in the eyes, and she would yell, as soon as you turn 18, you get the fuck out of this house. I can't wait till you turn 18 so I can legally kick you the fuck out of this house. I don't know about you guys, but I was the most stressed out 6-year-old in the playground. Like when all my friends would talk about what they're saving up their allowance for, like, we're saving up for video games. What are you saving up for, Miguel? I was like, an apartment. Oh, the shit's gonna get real when you turn 18, guys. I just thought everybody got talked to like that. My mother was so anxious to kick me out of the house that every birthday she would buy me a cake. And on the cake, she would put candles. But the candles didn't add up to how old I was, but to how many years was left before she came legally kicked me the fuck out of the house. That's how many candles were on my birthday cake. On my 16th birthday, it was just a number 2 on it. And my friends were like, what the fuck does that mean? And I'm like, that's how many years I have left to enjoy that bed that I'm sleeping in right now. And they're like, oh, well, this cake delicious. I'm like, don't eat that cake. That cake was made with hate. It's hate cake. Very hateful cake. This is true. I haven't spoken about this too much, but my mother, at the age of 55, is going to jail. That's true. She is going to jail for drug possession. Now, that's not funny. But what is a little bit ironic is that she refuses to meet my wife because she's Muslim. And now she's going to a place where that's all she's going to meet. So I'm like, maybe you should have met once, see if it's cool or not. See how you can talk to them. I I told my wife that my main concern is that I don't want my son to feel like it's weird that his grandmother's in jail. And my wife goes, well, don't tell him your mother's going to jail. Just tell him that she lives in Chicago and you can't visit people in Chicago. And I was like, all right, but my uncle's also going to jail. And she goes, yeah, just tell him he's going to Chicago too. And I'm like, you know our son's going to grow up with a really weird idea of what the fuck Chicago is, right? Like he's going to look at Chicago on a map and he'll be like, oh, Chicago, that's where people go for 7 to 10 years. And they come back in really good shape. That's Chicago. You know what I want to do though, as karma? Like every year, I want to send my mom a cake to jail. And on it, I want to put the candles up. That's what I want to do. 3 candles, 3 more years left, Mom. Way to go. You're almost there. You're almost there. Also, you're not going to come live with me when you're out. I do like having a kid. People told me this. They were like, hey, before you have a kid, you need to be responsible. You need to learn how to be responsible if you have a kid, which is good advice, but let's be honest. Responsibility has nothing to do with having a kid. Irresponsible people have kids every day. You know what I mean? But I wish responsibility mattered. I wish your body took good choices and made it work. Like, you know what I wish? I wish balls were like a video game. Because you know in a video game, the only way you can go up a level is if you go up experience points. That's how balls should work. Like your ball should be like, you just graduated from high school, congratulations, you just got 1,000 sperm. You're like, cool, I'm doing it. You'd be like, worked out, ate right, read a book, sperm combo. I'm having a great sperm day today, guys. I'm really having a great... Guys, you know what would be fun though? If your dick was like a video game, if your balls would glow, right? So the first time you show a girl your dick, she could be like, oh my God, you're so responsible. And you can be like, thanks, I just opened up a savings account, so... You know what I would love? I wrote this next part high, but I think it's pretty good. I think if your dick was like a video game, it would be fun if like when a guy had an orgasm, it was something like the end of the Super Mario level, when it's counting up all your coins. Like if a guy was like, oh, you're really good at this. You do this on multiplayer or something? Also, it'd be great when you know your roommate's jerking off. So like, you're like, hey, save those coins, we need to do laundry. Stop wasting coins in that room. That's fun. That was fun. My wife asked me this the other day. She was like, Miguel, do you love me unconditionally? And I said no. Because the honest to God truth is, we don't love unconditionally. We love with the condition that you love us back. That's how I love my wife. I love my wife as long as she loves me back. If she wants me in her life, I want to be in her life, right? Unconditionally means you love them no matter what. So the only people in this world who love you, even if you don't love them back, the only people who truly love unconditionally are called stalkers. They're the only people who want to be with you, even if you want nothing to be with them, that's unconditional. The other kind of people that you're like, I never want to see you. And they're like, it's cool, you don't have to see me, there's bushes, there's closets. You don't have, I can set up a camera, you don't have to see me, that's fine. That's what it is, man, love. If you want unconditional, just get a stalker, be that cute. I love my rhythm. But that's what it is, like my wife and I, we're creepy together. We are creepy. Like before we have sex, this is how creepy you are. It's just between us. Before we have sex, she likes for me to stand over her and make noises like an eagle. Like I stand over her naked, I'm like, caw! I'm very sexy, guys. Naked, I'm like a hawk in the night. I'm very beautiful. But I do it all the time. Like that's the thing that we know that it's time for sex. Like I come home and she's in the kitchen. I'm like, caw! It's like, is that you, big boy? I'm like, caw! It's like, shh, the baby's sleeping. I'm like, caw! And I don't want to wake up the baby. We gotta get to sex. That's what we gotta get to. That's what it is, man. I caw around the house all the time, like a fucking jungle. Or national forest, or whatever they live. But I do it all the time, and it's not creepy because we love each other. So let's say, God forbid, we get a divorce, right? And then I go on a date with a girl. And then I'm like not really ready, and she goes like, Miguel, are you ready for this? And I go, nah, shorty. Are you ready for this? Caw! She's gonna freak out. You know what I mean? That new girl's gonna freak out. She's gonna kick me out of the house. And then the next day we're like, hey, how did you go with that blind date with Miguel? She's gonna be like, who, Hawk Boy? Let me tell you about Hawk Boy. What's gonna happen there? Thanks, man. I thought everybody should laugh. It's a lot more fun. But I like being married because single is too rough, man. Like women are like, they're quick to call a guy loser. You know what I mean? Like I was talking to my wife's friend the other day, and she was talking about a loser that she went on a date on. And I put losers in quotation quotation marks because what a woman thinks is a loser is not what a guy thinks is a loser. We have two very big definitions of a loser. I was talking to one of my wife's friends the other day. She was like, oh my God, I went on a date with this loser last night. He's such a loser. He works at a pawn shop. And every time somebody brings in a sword, he takes it home. He owns like 10 swords. And I was like, holy shit, you know somebody with 10 swords? That's incredible. You know what we can do? We can play pirate versus ninjas 5-on-5. Text I got right now, I want a sword fight. That's what I want to do tonight. She kept talking about this guy. She was like, also, he plays so much Call of Duty on the PlayStation 3. He was ranked the #1 player in New York. And I was like, oh, you know Bradley _Skywalker. That's my best friend on the PlayStation 3. That's what it is. I don't like when girls call a guy a loser. Like a girl called me a loser once because she found out I'm really into Star Wars. That's what she called me a loser. Yeah. Star Wars is awesome. I saw a figurine over there I want to steal. But that's another time. Here's what happened. We were going out, and I put on a Star Wars shirt. My best one. And she got mad at me. She's like, really? You're gonna wear a Star Wars shirt to meet my family? Can you please go fucking change? And I was like, wait a minute, what's the problem here, okay? Your favorite brand is Gucci, so you're wearing Gucci. My favorite movie is Star Wars, so I'm wearing Star Wars. Plus, my shirt was awesome. My shirt said Ewok this way. And it had a picture of 3 little Ewoks dressed like Run DMC. That is the best fucking shirt in the world. Are you kidding me? Her shirt was $90 and it was blue. She's an idiot. Why would you pay $90 for a blue shirt? My shirt was $20 and it had more character than hers. Literally 3 more characters. 3 little guys just like Run DMC. I don't know where to finish off, guys. This has been really fun. And, alright, I'll finish up on this. It's actually one of my favorite things that came into my head. If you guys like it or not, I'm just going to get off stage. I'm going to get drunk again for the second time today. Alright, here we go. Here's what I learned from marriage that is unfair. Women have all the power in sex. All of it. To the point that even if there was something you used to do, you could just shut it off at any moment. That's how powerful women are. Give you guys a prime example. A year ago, my wife stopped giving blowjobs. Don't laugh, Manny, it hurts, alright? It fucking hurts every day. Here's how it happened. I said, hey, do you want to do that thing I like? And she was like, okay, I don't feel comfortable giving blowjobs. I just started because you wanted me to give blowjobs, but I want you to respect my body, and it doesn't want to give blowjobs anymore. And as a man, you have to be like, alright, you're my lady, I respect you. That's the end of that conversation. But see, guys, we don't have that luxury. Guys can't stop doing something all of a sudden. My wife can't come home, and there can't be like a stack full of rent bills, and she can't be like, hey, you're not going to pay rent around here? And I can't be like, I don't feel comfortable paying rent. I just started paying rent because you wanted me to pay rent. And I want you to respect my body, and it doesn't want to pay rent anymore. No means wrong on rent. I'm going to call the cops. I can't do that, guys. I can't. Okay, that's